I'm Dr. Kristen Jacobs from Ooh La La Spa, Anti-Aging and Wellness, and it is time for our live show today. And I have one of my absolute favorite people in the world here with me today. And this is Miss Elizabeth. But you actually go by a different name, don't you? I always call you that. But
well, it's Elizabeth Ann.
Elizabeth Ann.
And my parents started calling me Ann when I was very little. So the only people that call me Elizabeth are the ones that don't know I'm Ann.
So you're really Ann.
I'm really
now,
Ann.
do you know that my brother just had, well, you know Josh.
Yes.
So they just had a baby, Elizabeth Ann. Named after you, I'm sure.
Yes. Yes, it is. And I haven't seen Josh forever.
I know.
Congratulations.
So thanks. It's his third. I know.
Took him a while, but when he started.
Little Evie just turned 5 yesterday, which I can't believe. So anyway, but that's how long. What do you want me to call you then?
Ann.
Okay. See, this is terrible because how long have you been coming to see me?
I have been coming to see you forever. Dr. Kristen was my MD. She took very good care of me for years. And then when I found out that she was in the anti-aging, I just switched over and been coming to her ever since. You on Validalabine?
Yes. Yes.
And you move from there into this gorgeous Ooh La La Spa.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
So I think it's been a little over 12 years now, probably,
Yes.
which is insanity.
Yes.
So one of the stories I like to tell, and I was just telling this last week too, is a story about your husband.
Yes.
So what was his response in the beginning, probably 12 years ago? What was his response to when you would come to see me?
He really didn't get into it, and I didn't have any experience in it myself. But when I first, start coming, he was kind of leery about things, and then after a while, he kind of got into it. But bringing us up to date here, he's gotten so he watches TV, and he's been seeing people on the TV for so long. And now he can recognize she got cleaned up. She went and got pumped up today. She went and got pumped up. But he recognizes it. And even with myself, he'll say that it looks nice. About time you went over to see Dr. Jacobs again. And also, we have a commercial on TV for Juvederm. And he didn't know. He was watching this commercial, he told me. And he said all these gorgeous women, they were prancing across the stage, walking out. They were dressed nicely. They were turning around, modeling. And gorgeous women, he said. And he said at the end of all of this show with the women, there was Juvederm. He said, well, I'll be damned, I'll be damned. He said, but they was pretty. He said they was pretty. So he's kind of gotten into it now, with me coming. Yeah. And matter of fact, he says, when he sees the results, he says, I need to go over there and get me some of that too. I said, well, you can, He said, no. He said, I got more things to do than to get pumped up. He said, it's too late for me anyway, But I love it. I love it.
Good.
And right now, I was telling Dr. Christian that I came directly from the gym. So, ladies, I'm in the raw here.
And you are gorgeous.
Haven't had fillers forever since the COVID thing, and then I had a little thing going on with my eyes, but I'm scheduled with Dr. Christian for next month to get fillers. But it's my all-time lift that I just love. I don't get very much. Dr. Christian doesn't give me very much, but it makes the difference. It makes the difference, and she also does my lips up a little bit. But sometimes she tell me, I think your lips are okay, but I kind of, like them a little bit, fuller. And like they say, ladies, when you get a certain age, everything goes south. And you try to kind of keep it lift up, that's with me going to the gym. I try to keep everything, kind of strong, but I'm fighting it all the way. And Dr. Christian is helping me.
Well, good. So let's talk about how old you are.
I am 74. I'll be 75 in.
You didn't know that? I know. Look at this.
February.
I know. 75 February.
Maybe 60.
Yes. She, I mean, incredible. Incredible.
Well, thank you.
But
Thank you.
You take care of yourself. You know, like you said, you're in the gym, which, I mean, I don't look like that when I leave the gym. I mean, you look amazing. And you taught 3 classes this morning. You said Pilates.
I taught Pilates, step, and weight. I did a weight class.
I mean,
so I taught 3 classes.
Incredible. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, she said, I'm sorry I'm not all dressed up. And I said, no, this is how we like people. You know, we want you to be relaxed. We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to, you know, this is part of this. You're part of our family. Yes. But she takes care of her skin, and you always have. And one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show today was to talk about our TNS product, because you've been in our membership program, I think, since the beginning.
Yes.
I think you were probably one of the very first people to start on the product and in being in the membership program. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted you to come today, is to talk about that. So you use the TNS Essential Serum.
Yes.
And you also use the TNS Recovery Complex, correct?
Yes, I do.
And so do you use this on your neck? Is that what you're doing?
I do the TNS Recovery Complex. You gave us a little tidbit early on when, you know, you got the TNS products, and you told me that, you know, to put a little bit on your finger and to dab it around your eye. Mm-hmm. And that's what I do with my TNS Recovery Complex. And I also use it on my neck and chest.
Okay.
The TNS serum I use on my face. Good stuff. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And I use the HA5. I love that. But all of the skin medical products are just absolutely great. And I hope that they don't stop making them.
I know.
You know, that's what happens when you find something good, you know, all of a sudden you don't have it anymore. But until I started using TNS products, I had a problem with my skin. I guess it was adult acne or whatever you want to call it, or postmenopausal. But once I started using the TNS products and started other regimens with Dr. Christian, my skin is better now than it ever has been. You know, and I've had, you know, skin problems since my early 20s up until, I guess, when I started coming to you about 12 years ago. But, you know, I always get compliments on it, and that I love. You know,
good.
There's nothing like pretty skin.
That's right. And if you ever see like some of our advertisements, or your photo is all over our office as well, and I always point her out, because you are I think you're the poster child for Ooh La La, because you do what you're supposed to do, whereas you take care of your skin. You come in, you really don't do, you get your Botox, but it's not that much.
Yes.
And your filler, I think we do once a year, and it's not that much.
Right.
And then you also do the Diamond Glow, but I'm going to come back to that in a second, and Laser Genesis too. But I'm going to come back to that because I want to keep down the road on this. So the new TNSA Plus came out, and you have tried this, correct?
Yes, I've tried it. The last time I was here, I used some, and I loved it, and I've signed up to get the new TNS serum, but it is absolutely good. I love it, and I'm always afraid that I'll run out of it. I'm always afraid I'd run out of it, but that's why, you know, my TNS Recovery Complex, I always got that for a backup, but the TNS stuff is absolutely good.
Good.
And I'm going to give another plug for Color Science.
Good.
Color Science. I don't wear makeup anymore except for Color Science. Their all-time absolute best product is the Sun Forgettable. The Sun Forgettable is my go-to. I use sunscreen, Sun Forgettable, 365 days a year.
Good girl.
I put it on after, you know, that's the last thing I put on is my sunscreen, and I love it. That and is it another color? It's another color. Oh, the little brush thing.
This unforgettable brush.
Unforgettable brush. I carry it in my purse all the time, and it's a sunscreen. And matter of fact, I have to get one while I'm here. But it's very good. Now that's the only makeup that I wear is Color Science and with the Sunforgettable and the Sunforgettable brush.
Good.
But and good stuff.
And I think that you had said at one point that you feel, well, obviously you feel extremely confident walking out without any makeup on besides that Color Science. So I think that says a lot for the products too.
Yes, it does.
I really do, because it's hard for us to walk out and not put any kind of coverage on to hide all the imperfections. But I mean, you are absolutely gorgeous. Your skin is amazing. And again, it's because you take care of it. But you have been getting your products in the mail for the last, I think we've been doing this 6 or 7 years, I think is what we've done. And so tell me about that. Like you said, you're afraid to run out of it, and so that's one of the reasons why you did it this way. So tell me about the program, if you don't mind, and the benefits that you see, from being in the program.
Well, I signed up for the program, and I love it. Once a month, I pay whatever fee, depending on what products you get. I get the HA5, the Complex, and the TNS serum in the program that I'm in. And it's so convenient not to be in the mail. And it's so convenient not having to come up and go and get it. And I find myself, I procrastinate terrible. I'm a terrible procrastinator. And if I had to come up and get it, I'll wait till tomorrow, or I'll go the next day, or whatever. But it comes on time. And sometimes I get little tidbits in there, little samples and things. But it comes on time, and I'm very satisfied with the program.
Good. Thank you.
And I don't know if I told you, but I just upgraded to my TNS Advanced Serum. So I'm looking forward to using that and getting more results here.
Yes, and you will, because this one, even though it's TNS and it's made from the same cells, it's actually a whole new product. And it's indicated for sagging skin. So it's going to help tighten up our skin, but it also helps with everything else that the TNS does. It's more the upgraded version. It's like think of getting your new iPhone. And that's what it is. This is our brand new iPhone that does so much more. This one has about 350 growth factors in it, which growth factors stimulate collagen. This one has over 450. I think it's 460, 480. I know we just had a webinar the other day, and I should know this, but it's a lot more, and it's because of how the cells were developed. And so it's an amazing product. But I love that you get your product right on time. Some people, if they're not using their product, sometimes we have to ship them a little bit later, ship them a little bit, sooner or later, and you have your backup there too. And that's really why we created the program for the procrastinators, because I'm one as well. And there's no sense in spending this kind of money on it one time or 2 times, or doing it a little bit throughout the year. If you want to see the results, we want to make it as easy as possible for you and send it to you. So I will never forget when we created the program. I had been wanting to do it for several years, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it. And so my husband and I had to drive up to Iowa for our nephew's, baptism, something like that. And so I was like, okay, how do we do this? And so we came up with this plan, and then we got back, and I had this big calendar that I had. It was like a kindergarten project. And we figured out, because it's every 6 weeks. If you use this twice a day, you get this shipped every 6 weeks, and that's how much product's in it. So usually, if you're doing it the right way, you run out, or you're on your last pump, and the new one comes in the mail. So it's so, like you said, it's so convenient, and it comes on time. And so that's what's incredible about knowing. The other ones are a little bit hard, because sometimes people will use 2-3 pumps of this one. I personally like 2-3 pumps of this one. So you may run out a little sooner, but it is hard to get all the products coordinated. But that's what we love about this program, is that we can tweak it to however it needs to be done and make sure that it's convenient and you get it in the mail. And then being in the program too, you get benefits of discounted Botox, your filler is discounted, your other services are discounted, and so it gives you your convenience, your results, which is again what we really want to see. That's the only thing that matters to me. I mean, obviously customer service is extremely important, but if we're going to tell you to use something, ask you to use something, we want to make sure you're going to see results with it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. And so I always tell my team, like, don't send them out with one. Although this one you really need 2 to see results. This one you actually start to see results in 2 to 3 weeks with one. So that's great. But that's the thing is, don't ever walk out. That's why I always tell them, don't let them walk out with one, because they're going to spend this money. They're going to use one bottle, and they're going to say,
nothing.
I didn't see much change. The other thing we have to do is photos. You know how we do photos. Right. Every time you have to do photos because you forget what you look like. And so you really want to see the proof, and the proof is in those photos. And also looking at you, without any makeup on and after you just worked out. So,
And the other thing, Dr. Christian, is I thought I was going to be out of town for a while in Texas with my daughter-in-law. And I was going to miss my shipments, and the ladies told me, they said, don't worry about that. We will ship your TNS to wherever you are. And I thought that was so sweet,
Well, good,
and I wouldn't, miss a thing. So whenever I have to go out there for her, I know that my shipments will come, directly to me there.
We'll take care of it because we want to make sure you can't be without your products.
Right.
That would be awful. That'd be terrible. So, okay. So I think, like you had said, you pay an amount depending on which products that you use. You pay that monthly, but the products are shipped anywhere from 6 weeks to 10 weeks to 12 weeks, just depending on how the product use is. So, and I believe yours are every 12 weeks you do this and every 12 weeks you do that or something like that. But we just cater to whatever you need.
Right.
And then the other membership part that you're in is you're doing Diamond Glows. Yes. Every month, right? Yes. Oh, I think you do your laser genesis in a membership too, don't you?
I do laser genesis, right? I've been doing laser genesis in the program for years, and I love it. Stimulating my skin, for the extra collagen, and I didn't get it for a while, with the COVID, and I really missed it. I missed it, and once I got my first one after COVID kind of quieted down a little bit, I said, oh, thank goodness. I could tell the difference. I had the glow, and it just felt real good.
Good.
It felt good.
Good. And our Diamond Glow exfoliates, it extracts, and it hydrates the skin. And so we talked right before the shows. I can really tell a difference after I have one. I need one. I'm with you. I need one, and you really, your skin just glows after that. So I love it. Yes.
And you can feel it. And when I'm getting it done, they're concerned. Is that too much? And they'll tailor it to whatever, you need. And after it's over with, the next morning I wash my face and it just feels like a baby's behind. I mean, it's just so smooth, and you can really tell the difference. And I look, and I have that glow and gleam to my face.
Yes.
And I love it.
Good.
Love it. But the key is, finding out what works for you. And it took me, not long, but with the regimen that I use, it's good for me, and I don't miss. I'm trying to catch up from COVID now,
Right.
But I'm back on track.
Good. Good.
And matter of fact, I'm scheduled next month with you for my first fillers since last year. I think it was November last time I had.
Right. And she's really just tweaking the filler. There's not much, and that's what we're doing. Is we just add a little bit to the cheeks, give it a little bit of lift, and like you said, your lips, which you have beautiful lips. So just adding a little bit of hydration, a little bit of volume to them, just to again lift them up instead of us everything going down. So
and I call them. I tell my husband, I'm going for my enhanced beauty treatment today. That's what I call them.
And I think that's a good description, because we don't want you to look crazy. We don't want you to look overdone. We're just enhancing your natural beauty that you have. So great. So what I love about having you on the show is that you are in the product membership, but you're also in the service membership, and that's the point of our membership, is that we can cater to whatever your needs are. And like you said, we figure out what you need and what your budget is, because that all comes into play.
Right.
And then how often you want to be here. I'm one that I'm kind of a one and done kind of thing. I don't want to come in all the time. However, I do love the Diamond Glow, so I have been good about that. But I feel like we look at the lifestyle, your goals, your budgets, and we figure out exactly what you need. So
and that's a good example of what you said, because sometimes I'm here and I'll ask you, well, Dr. Christian, what do you think? Do you think it's about time for, the lips? No, I think your lips are fine, And I remember one time I was here and I asked you something about, my fillers, and you told me, yeah, girl, it's time for us to do something here, So she tells you the truth, and she's the best friend that you could ever have.
Thank you.
As far as, taking care of our anti-aging concerns. And her staff is they're wonderful. I can't say enough about them. And, we're all family up here. After you've been coming up here for so long, you feel like, that's my family.
For sure.
And, and Dr. Christian, she would be the best girlfriend that you can have, too. New best girlfriend.
Oh, thank you so much. Mwah. So thank you for being with us today. Thank you for being with us for 12 years and just being a big fan of ours. And obviously, you know how much we love you.
And I love you guys,
thank you.
too.
Thank you. And tell your husband that I love him, too.
Okay.
And I'd love to meet him one day. Like I said, I was just telling the story the other day because he just makes me laugh. He was like, what are you doing going up to that Dr. Jacobs? And then all of a sudden it's, hey, you need to go.
Well, he said a few choice words in describing that Juvederm commercial that can't be repeated, but you can imagine, what he said. But he did say the women were beautiful.
Okay.
So I'll leave it at that.
Yes, and we all think you're beautiful too. So
okay.
So thank you so much again for coming, and I'll see you next month.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dr.
All right.
Christian.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about anything, please give us a call at 618-288-9117. Looking forward to seeing you. Thanks.